So this is again where when I was younger, I didn't realize this because, again, your ego's there.
Yeah.
And, you think it's about burning, this did I say, or burning that person or whatever, or, just being the best. It's about being number one, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Or the best. And that is the greatest thing about breaking is you are technically pushing yourself. But there's this weird, as I keep saying, like thing around it. It's like you're constantly trying to better yourself, but you're also kind of trying to push people down.
Yeah, yeah.
Which is really weird, and I let the like pushing people down. It's nearly like bullying.
Yeah, yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like I was
sure.
bullying people.
Yeah.
Like, you're fucking whack, but at the same time, I'm like trying to like push them forward, but even still trying to like kind of like, nah, I'm gonna keep them down.
Yeah,
You know?
Yeah, it's a weird fucking. Well, I mean, doesn't that just come with the word battle?
Yeah.
Like.
Well, I mean, it's warfare. Battle is warfare.
It's
What else do
warfare.
you associate a battle with,
Exactly. Someone's got to come out the victor.
Well,
right?
that's it. Someone's got to win and someone's got to lose. But it's nearly like did you defeat them with nobility in a sense? You know what I mean? Like was it an honorable honorable battle in a sense?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But then again, I'm like, what is honor? Is honor just an archaic system where everyone believes they have to behave a certain way? You know what I mean?
Well, that's the romanticized view.
Well, that's the romanticized view of honor, you know, in a sense.
But that samurai still cut your fucking head off.
Yeah, you're dead. He died with honor. You're still dead.
You fucking killed him, motherfucker. His family's going to be crying. They're
That's
gonna
right.
Be grieving,
You killed him with honor. Oh, the family will be totally fine with the fact that he was killed with honor. It's like so.
But that metaphor there, as much as we were saying it jokingly, that sums it up, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Like it's that kind of like, and it's probably what this generation, mainstream at least, as a generalization, doesn't get, that tough love that we got from our folks.
Yeah.
Like, we got shut down, and then we can point our fingers.
I agree.
To like all the other things, like, oh fuck, if only fucking someone supported me in this way, blah blah blah. But they were, in hindsight, after the fact, just trying to make sure you were going to be all right, because
Exactly.
the real world's not going to accept that you're a fucking full-time people.
Yeah, the world isn't.
Still
and
today.
still doesn't.
Still today.
Still
man.
doesn't. But it was really interesting what you said, like then the romantic view. I also think that like internally you have a romantic view of yourself and how you're performing. Because, you have this projection of, I don't think a lot of b-boys are self-deprecating. B-boys, b-girls, breakers are self-deprecating. They are in a sense, but they're also not. But they also have a romantic view of what breaking and hip-hop is.
Right.
Right. But also, the world's changed. There's romantic views. I mean, look, Hollywood is the greatest thing of perpetuating the romantic view, riding into the sunset, the stereotyping of like looks and whatever.
Yeah.
So like, this is when it comes down to breaking as well. Like, you think there's a certain way to behave and there's a certain way to act and a certain way to break. Mm-hmm. But then someone comes through and pushes the barrier. So, and look, this is what happens, like everything, skating, again, surfing, dancing, other forms, whatever it is, there's always a momentum of like a particular style or movement. And then someone goes and does something either exceptionally well and pushes it into another direction. And then there's technically someone who might not do it so well or whatever. And then everyone goes and like, no, man, no one's going in that direction. That's not the right way.
Yeah.
So, for example, breaking was very similar for a long time up until Kenny.
Right.
And he changed that whole rhythm, the front sweep to the windmill to the freeze, blah, 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 finish. Everyone's kind of still doing that same flow. Yeah. And then he went, nah, I'm going to go down, get up, stop.
Right.
The rhythm changed. And then everyone was like, wow, look at this style,
Yeah.
And then if you want to like, go out after that, probably the next styles that were changed were probably inside, America again, when there was the West Coast style, the Texas style,
Yep.
the brand new old school New York style that was coming around,
Yeah.
and then there was Boogie Brats.
Yeah,
you know,
the Canadian style.
the Canadian style.
Yeah,
you know.
yeah.
And then that was the next evolution. But then at that time there was also more exposure. Videos were being made, so people around the world started taking those styles and then flipping them and making them even more different.
Yeah.
And there has been in breaking throughout time, people who have come in and just completely fucking changed the game. The way I see it, it's a bit easier at the beginning. There was the Rocksteady, and New York City Breakers, whatever, which everyone looked at.
Yep.
And that was like the early 80s, and we had Beach Street and whatever. And then there was Kenny and the Epitome, but there was also the European guys like Maurizio and Storm and those guys.
Yeah.
And Second to None and all those guys, and Actual Force, blah, 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 blah.
Yeah,
There's
so
too many to name. There's so many to name.
Yeah.
So I'm not trying to disrespect anyone by not mentioning them, because there's just so many.
Too many.
And they're a couple of the standouts, like Elvis from Sweden, all of those guys. They were incredible, But if you want to look at and again, this is the problem, we always look to America.
Yeah.
Even though it is the homeland of it is the homeland of hip hop, blah, 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 there are other people around the world that were super influential and super amazing. It's got to go the New York, like I said, that New York City breaker style, then it's got to go Kenny, and then it's got to go fucking K-Mal.
Yeah.
And then and don't get me wrong, Crumbs and Reminder also up there, but K-Mal was fucking untouchable. Those Boogie Brats changed the fucking world. No one was doing rollback to fucking hollowback or fucking inverted fucking freeze.
Yeah.
And then 2 years later, everyone in the world was doing that.
Yeah. No one was keeping that whole complete package together while still pursuing this different direction.
Exactly.
And
Exactly.
I think the common thing, the common thread with all of those dudes you mentioned, and then even with the metaphor of using skating as the example, it's essentially that's the underdog, someone somewhere is paying attention, or maybe not, and just has something that no one else has.
That's it.
Gets his moment, gets their moment, and then boom, people
That's
are
it.
like, well, what the fuck is
this?
this?
It's incredible, and it appeals to people. And this is when I'm talking about the artistic side of it. It's like something really appeals to people. It's like listening to a song. There's that lyric, that tune, that melody, whatever that makes that song iconic and catchy. And it happens in the music industry. Someone makes a beat, someone does a guitar riff. Next thing you know, there's a techno remix of it, and that person's using what they've done to make money or whatever it is. They've taken their piece of art, reinterpreted it, and then now there's this, drum and bass remix, and now it's selling, 100,000 copies because they've identified that key factor inside that song, and they understand it resonates with people, and it's catchy, and there's something about it, and then that goes back to that biting thing. So you know what I'm talking about? There's someone's created this, someone sees it, someone takes it, and someone then reinterprets it, and everyone still always remembers the original.
Yes.
You can't forget K-Mal, you can't forget Kenny, you can't forget Maurizio, In fact, I was just going to say this about Maurizio, and I don't put many people on a pedestal ever. He's the one guy whose style was nearly never copied.
Never.
I saw a couple of people try.
They'll try to do their moves.
Could not fucking do it.
You can't be Maurizio.
Kenny had people copy him, and I've seen it done, straight out copy.
Yeah.
K-Mal, Migas, straight out copy, and then later on change, or not change. Some people didn't, whatever. But Maurizio, man, he was nearly impossible to copy, and that's what made him so individual, man. That's what made him so unique, and he was the most humblest motherfucker in the world. And still to this day, he's just such a chill cat, and I've spoken to a few people that are close to him or have been close with him, and they just say, man, the guy's just so chill, man. And he just gets it. He just lives and breathes it, man. I mean, even to this day, you still watch him. He's still getting down. He's not moving the way he used to, but damn, man, you can't move like that. No, the guy's so signature, and there's something that resonates. People see his art. They see what it is. And this is what I'm saying. The people who are going to... For me, the modern day person is Menno.
Right.
He's the new guy that's taken,
Yes.
and even he's now getting copied.
Yeah. There's a call in fucking Willis Strait, fucking a minnow bite. It's like, no.
No, not even close. Not even
It's like
close.
a different level, bro.
It's a different
Menno is
level.
on another level.
No, Menno is just the and now the other guy that's blowing up right now is probably Lee from the Ruggeds.
Right.
You know, he's doing like. He's doing power tricks like what Ronnie Ruin was doing, but he's taken them again and like flipped like different things and then I gotta say this as well, man. Fucking Stripes, man, and Sweet Technique. Those guys are just fucking incredible, man.
Yeah.
Fleu, you know, all those guys, man. You know, Primo's and what's his name? Victor. I mean, God, man, those guys, but Stripes as well, man. Just
that what was that battle in Europe that all four of them entered, man?
I can't remember. I know it was just on recently.
Flowers or some shit, something.
Yeah,
like that.
Flowers. That's it. Yeah. Who got the flower?
Who got the flower?
Who got the flower?
Bro, those dudes, they deserve their flowers that time.
And then there was the I think it was Stripes jumped in with Luigi.
Oh shit.
Who was it? It was Luigi, the really tall guy with the long hair. I've forgotten his name.
Oh, yeah,
really
he's
good.
Sick. Yeah, he's sick
really,
too.
really good. And who else was it? Was it El Nino? I think it was El Nino. Those four together. I mean, that was just incredible as well. And you know, like, look, El Nino's got, you know, people are like, oh, he just does power. You know, I'm like, no. He doesn't just do power. You know what I mean? He does it. You know, he does it his way. I call it the silhouette complex. You know what I mean?
Right.
And a silhouette's like a shadow. You know, if you blanked out everything of that person, their face, their clothes, their whatever, and you just saw the silhouette, would you know who it is?
Yeah. Oh, fucking yeah.
Right.
Yeah,
so if I saw like a silhouette of the movement, I could tell you straight, that's El Nino.
Yeah.
You know, that's Maurizio.
Yeah.
That's Menno. You know what I mean? That's like that's the greatest, like, I think, compliment you can ever achieve. Mm-hmm. When you like, I was watching a clip of and I'm not trying to brush your ego and, you know, blow smoke up your ass the other day. But when Pace dropped that clip and it was in that weird reverse filter light,
like a negative
I knew
effect.
when you threw down straight away, because that's you. That's how you move.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You have your own movement.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And
Cheers,
that's
man.
you know, and
appreciate that.
Look, man, you know, it's not bullshit speaking like this, man. You're fucking one of the greatest fucking dancers to ever come out of Australia, and I'm talking in all the elements of fucking like everything you've done, you know, and you know.
Hey, bro, without the guidance of people like yourself.
Oh yeah, of course, but you know,
bro.
in the end, again, when you get older, you realize like helping people is actually the greatest thing you can ever do to keep the dance going forward, and you know. I understand. I'm good at teaching technique. Like that's what I'm good at teaching. You're very good at teaching technique, but you're also very good at understanding the essence.
Hey.
You know, like you understand the essence of it a lot, and you can communicate. I can't communicate that as good as the way that you can communicate that, you know?
Cheers, bro.
And some people can't communicate them, and this is why you should have different mentors, why you should have different teachers, and, you know, you shouldn't just look to the one person for the one answer.
Right.
Because people who look to different areas generally tend to be the most open-minded, and we all know that people who are open-minded generally tend to be very happy and have the most amount of skill.
Yo!